By the way, this is my music, written and performed by yours truly. Yeah. Featuring the late Eric Allen on saxophone. Yeah. Oh, yes. Come on, everybody. Well, I found out that I can be myself, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Well, I found out that I can be myself, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Oh, yes. Come on, everybody, sing along with me. So glad I can be myself. It really is good to know that I don't have to be nobody else. I'm so glad I can be myself. I have peace because I don't have to be nobody else. It feels so nice to be free. So glad I can be myself. I can really be me. I don't have to be nobody else. I'm so glad I can be myself. I can be myself, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Well, I found out that I could be myself, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Well, I found out that I can be myself, and I'm so glad. Yeah, man, I'm so glad I can be myself. And we're going to keep going with one more time, one more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. All right? So come on and sing it with me like you mean it. Everybody, welcome to another Sunday. Come on, everybody. Here we go. One more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. One more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. One more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. One more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together. God allowed us, yeah, to come together. To praise God's name. Praise God's name. God allowed us to come together. Praise His name. To praise her name. Praise her name. God allowed us to come together. God allowed us, yeah, to sing our song. To sing our song. God allowed us to come together. Sing our song. To sing our song. Sing our song. God allowed us to come together. God allowed us, yeah. Now let's put our hands together. Come on, everybody. To clap our hands. To clap our hands. God allowed us to come together. Clap our hands. To clap our hands. Clap our hands. God allowed us to come together. God allowed us, yeah. Come on, sing it like you mean it. Everybody say one more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together. One more time. One more time. Oh, God allowed us. God allowed us to come together one more time. God allowed us. Just praise His name. God allowed us. It's so good and kind. God allowed us. Oh, yes, He did. God allowed us. God allowed us. Allowed us. One more time. One more time. The Most High has allowed us the opportunity to come together, family, once again for another Sunday online NJIA Fellowship of the African Village and Cultural Center. I'm Ray Hagins, your teacher, your friend, your brother. Hey, man, the chief elder, founder of the Spirit of the African Village. And I'm just excited for another opportunity to come together as we are right now. Okay, but before going any further, we must take a moment to honor those whose life, deeds, legacy, and contributions made it possible for us to be where we are right now. So let's honor our ancestors at this time. All right, everybody, lift your voice along with Brother Sky as we sing, as we do this oath to our ancestors, honoring them for their life, their deeds, their legacy, and contribution. All right, come on, everybody, join in with me.
Oh, ancestors, blacker than 1,000 midnights, African ancestors, it is to you that we, your children, give respect and honor. Oh, ancestors, we call upon you and welcome you in this place. African ancestors, let your presence fill this place. Oh, ancestors, who have been purposely excluded from the history books so that the world would not know of your greatness. Our African ancestors, who gave civilization to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave the arts to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave music to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave the sciences to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave mathematics to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave medicine to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave literature to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave philosophy to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave God consciousness to the world. Oh, ancestors, we thank you for devoting your life to make a future for us, your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Now stand with us, strengthen us, guide us, teach us, and protect us from the snare of our enemies. Rise up, O African ancestors, and let our enemies be scattered, and give us the wisdom and the boldness to deal with our oppressors and those who would hinder the liberation and empowerment of our people. Rise up, O African ancestors, and live in us, and we will not fail to honor you. We will not fail to respect you. We will not fail to hear you, and we will not betray you. Ashe. And now, brothers and sisters, we want to take the time to honor just a few of the great Africans who have gone ahead of us. We call forth their great African names and honor them to pharaohs Narmer, Zoja, Sneferu, Khufu, Khafre, Menkaure, and the great vizier and physician and multi-genius Imhotep. We say Ashe. To Queen Nitocris, Queen Sobek Neferu, Queen Ahotep, Queen Amos Nefertari, Queen King Hatshepsut, Nefertiti, Queen T, and Queen Nefertari II, we say Ashe. To Menkaure Tahuti Mays, known as Thutmose III, Amenhotep III, Akhenaten, Tutankhamun, Ursama Akra, Setepenra, Rametsu Meriamun, Ramses II, Shabaka, Taharka, Hannibal, and the great African warrior Shaka Zulu, we say Ashe. To all of the kings, queens, priests, and warriors of Nubia, Waset, Ethiopia, Kemet, Kenya, the Congo, Tanzania, Uganda, Central, South, and West Al-Kibu land, we say Ashe. To the more than 600 million Africans whose lives were lost in the European invasions of Africa and in the Middle Passage, we say Ashe. To the more than 300 million who have since lost their lives to racism and hate crimes, we say Ashe. To Harriet Tubman, Ashe. Frederick Douglass, Ashe. Mary McLeod Bethune, Ashe. Nat Turner, Ashe. Fannie Lou Hamer, Ashe. Sojourner Truth, Ashe. Carter G. Woodson, Ashe. Booker T. Washington, Ashe. Dr. Charles Drew, Ashe. Noble Drew Ali, Ashe. Benjamin Banneker, George Washington Carver, Bishop Richard Allen, Bishop Charles Harrison Mason, Howard Thurman, Mother Mahalia Jackson, the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Gardner, Benjamin E. Mays,
Ashe.
Langston Hughes,
Dr.
Medgar Evers,
Ashe.
Paul Robeson, Dr. Martin Luther King,
Tommy
Malcolm
White.
X, Thurgood Marshall, Mother Clara Hale, Adam
yeah.
Clayton Powell, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad,
Harry Williams.
Dr. Amos Wilson, Dr. John Henrik Clark,
Mother Irma
Dr.
Jean
John
Terrell.
G. Jackson, Dr. Shikanta Diaz, Dr. Chancellor Williams,
Dr. Asa
Dr.
Hilliard.
George G.M. James, Patrice
Dr.
Lumumba,
Seth Yakinen.
Kwame Ture, Kwame Nkrumah, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, Dr. Jacob Carruthers, Dr. Ishaka Musa Badashango, Brother Ray Charles, to our mothers and fathers, our
Hagins.
grandmothers and grandfathers,
Jennifer
to
Forbes.
our great-grandmothers and great-grandfathers,
Hagins.
our brothers and sisters,
Hagins.
sons and daughters,
Ashe.
aunts and uncles,
Ashe.
nieces, nephews, cousins,
Ashe.
and all those who have gone ahead of us
Ashe.
and have made their ancestral transition to their life, deeds, legacy, and contributions. We say, Ashe. Again, we say, Ashe. Again, we say, Ashe.
Evil. Oh, yes. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah. The English translation of these words. God is great and he's worthy to be praised. I say hallelujah. God is great and he's worthy to be praised. I say hallelujah. So God make us one. We all should be one. And then the unbelievers will come and say you are with us. God make us one. We all should be one. And then the unbelievers will come and say you are with us. God make us one. We all should be one. And then the unbelievers will come and say you are with us. Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yeah, brothers and sisters. How wonderful it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Oh yes. And here we are, all on one accord. Wherever you are on this planet right now, we're all in one accord as we join in our spirit, in our intent, in our purpose to glorify the Most High God. Yes, as African people. Oh my goodness, brothers and sisters, it's so good to have you guys with me today. As always, I am thankful. I am grateful to God for being so kind and so merciful to us and allowing us to see another day we've never seen before, and we'll never see it again. So that means let's make the best of today to the best of our ability. Okay? Once again, brothers and sisters, I'd like to say thank you for being with me today. Welcome to those of you I see here in the chat room. I see you guys every Sunday. Thank you so very much for your loyalty, for your faithfulness, and be with me every week. You know, I mean, you guys are with me every week, man. Like y'all are getting paid for this. Like we are getting paid for it, right? But nonetheless, man, it's just wonderful. We come together in fellowship as we are right now. To our brothers and sisters of the African villages around the country and around the world, I honor each of you today. To African Village, of course, starting at headquarters in St. Louis, to our elders there, to our brothers and sisters there, Ma'at Hotep, I greet you by saying truth and peace be unto you. I trust you guys are doing well. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing good out there. Okay. To the Youngstown, Ohio African Village, motto tep to you guys, to the elders and members there, to the Youngstown, to the villages of Chicago, to the brothers and sisters and the fellowships there of Detroit and Chicago. We greet you by saying motto tep as well. Trust you guys are doing okay. To the African village of New York City. Okay. Hey, man, honor you guys as well for the work that you're doing up there and holding up the standard of my art for the African village. Oh, yeah, yeah. To the African village of Memphis, Tennessee, our latest and newest addition, to Pastor Norman Red Wing and the brothers and sisters down there. It's so good to have you guys with me. Can't forget the African village of Charleston, South Carolina. Okay, the brothers and sisters there, we honor you as well as to our many friends and supporters around the country. Okay, where we don't have formal African villages, but we have listeners and supporters in these various locations. We have friends there in Florida. Okay, all over the country. Oh my God, yeah, up in Canada, down in South America, in Guyana. Okay, down in the Virgin Islands. British Virgin Islands and the United States Virgin Islands. Okay, thank you, brothers and sisters down there. Okay, for your continued support and holding up the standard of my art. And to our brothers and sisters in the motherland. Okay, there in Ghana and the various countries there in Africa, where we have listeners every week and viewers. Thank you guys for being with us as well. Thank you so very much. To all of you, especially to you guys here in the chat room, you've been with us every Sunday. Thank you so very much for that. Hey man, what can I tell you? It's because of your presence. It fuels me. It gives me the energy and the stamina. Okay, to keep on trucking, to keep doing this. And yeah, I feel wonderful. Another day that God has blessed me to see. I'm doing great. I feel wonderful. And of course, I went to see the doctors for the follow-up. And I told the doctor when I saw her this past week, I said, and you were saying, she said, about what? I said, you said that if I don't take dialysis, I wouldn't last a month. Well, here it's been almost 2 months now. Okay, no dialysis, no kidney transplant. Okay, I'm doing great, doing wonderful. In fact, she looked at me. She said, "You're looking so good. There's no way I'm gonna." I think the word she used was dialyze. I can't get it right. Dialyze you, okay? And it would put me on dialysis. She said, I'm not going to do that. She said, in fact, come back in 6 months. We'll look at you again and see how you're looking then. So, oh boy, I tell you, it's good to follow your spirit, And family, again, I am doing wonderful. As you can see, hey, I feel great. I'm doing great to the best of my ability, as well as I know I'm doing fine. I've never been better. In fact, that's how I feel. Okay. And yes, one day at a time. That's how I'm doing this, one day at a time. And I told the doctor when I saw her, that if I should start to feel sick, I will call her. In the meantime, I'm going to live. I'm going to live my life one day at a time, carrying out my assignment of getting the truth across to our people, as many as I can, one day at a time. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Keep on doing that. And hopefully I'll still be around another 30 years from now, still doing the same thing, teaching the truth. I don't ever want to retire from that. As long as I can run my mouth, even if I have to run my mouth a little slower like this, as long as I can still teach, I'll be fine with that. I'll be fine with that, And having said that, it's time for us to get into the teaching for today. All right. So text 10 people, send the word out that Brother Ray's on the air. Okay, and I'm teaching here, as you see. Of course, that's our brand, and I encourage you to enlarge your screen, okay, so you can see my notes very well. Okay, of course, that's our brand there. That's when you see that, you know you're talking about the African village, all right? Yeah, buddy. I start all my teachings off, for those who may be hearing me today for the first time, I start all of my teachings off with this illustration. I have everybody read what it says, make a circle with your fingertips like this, and look at that circle and say, the space inside this circle represents my realm of knowledge. All that I think I know about whatever I think I know is depicted right here within this circle. I must keep in mind that there is more to know than what is within the circumference of my awareness. Okay, I hope you got that, especially if you're a first-time listener, okay? Because as a teacher, my job is to say what you do not already know. If I'm only saying what you already know, then I'm not teaching you anything, okay? I'm wasting your time and mine. However, as a teacher, because I'm saying stuff that you don't already know, most times people have a problem hearing something that they're not used to hearing. They immediately resist it, okay? Retaliate against it because they're not used to hearing it. If that's the case, it doesn't mean I'm wrong. It simply means you don't know what I'm talking about. All right? So don't just take my word for what I'm saying. Make a note of it. Do the research. That's why I say don't take my word. Do the research. Try to verify or try to prove me wrong. All right, try to. I would love for you to do that, okay? All right, let's continue on. Why do I teach? Well, the reason why I teach, whenever I teach, wherever I teach, the reason why I get up to teach is to begin the process of undoing or reversing ideas and concepts that have been programmed into the minds of our people by the religious statements and church doctrines that have caused us to adopt a belief system that has resulted in our loss of contact with what is real, our loss of contact with what is factual, our loss of contact with what is historical, but most of all, our loss of contact with what is spiritual. Okay, and my job is to return us to the awareness of ourselves. Okay? Also, I want you to remember this, and this is especially for the religious leaders out there who find it hard to break away from the program that they've been preaching. Remember this, when you've told so many lies over the centuries, that telling the truth about one of your early foundational lies and all the lies that have been defensively piled on top of it, if you want to keep your power, then you must continue to lie. When your control and power over another person's reality is based on the lies about who you are and what they are, you can never tell the truth. I look at our mega preachers, okay? They can't tell the truth. They've built their empire on a lie. And what are they supposed to do now? Okay? What are they supposed to do with that? Having said that, today we're going to talk about the falsification of African consciousness. The falsification of African consciousness. Okay? I want to address a condition today. I want to address the cause of our condition and the remedy for our condition. We need to ask ourselves some serious questions, like, are we Negroes? Or are we Black people? Are we African Americans or Africans who live in America? Or are we Alkebulanans? Or are we colored people? How do we identify ourselves? I say that seriously, y'all. How? Because we have so many labels that's been assigned to us. Okay? And the thing to make it worse is we've been deracinated. And deracinated, as you see, is a compound word, comes from dis, which means from, and racine, which means root. So when you say deracinated, that means we've been pulled up by the roots. We've been uprooted, resulting in an eradication of what once existed. Follow that well. Okay? We have been pulled up by the roots, all right, robbed of the identity of who we are, and it's resulted in an eradication of what once existed. Okay, because we're so far removed from ourselves. In order to falsify the consciousness of a person or a people, you must manipulate their history. And to manipulate a people's history is to manipulate a people's consciousness. And to manipulate a people's consciousness is to manipulate a people's possibilities. And to manipulate a people's possibilities is to manipulate a people's power. And this is exactly what has been done to us, brothers and sisters. Eurocentric history writing is essentially an exercise in publishing apologetics for the European oppression of African peoples. We must never forget that history is his story. And his story was written by powerful people who were more interested in their ideologies. In other words, what they wanted portrayed or presented than the truth. Always remember this. Always remember this. The Eurocentric mental health establishment, by way of today's educational structure, consequently cannot provide adequate explanations, rationale, preventative, and remedial practices for African people whose psychology is non-receptive to an anti-cultural history or experience. Okay? How is their agenda supposed to heal our minds when their agenda has been the result of our minds being so messed up? The African mind is of necessity involved in a revolutionary drive to achieve liberation from subordination, especially within the mind of the Black male. Understand that, okay? The Black male mind is always trying to be free, always trying to be free from its bonds, free from that which hinders it. And Eurocentric historiography, the biasing and falsification of history in ways which justify white supremacy, and that's what Eurocentric historiography is all about. Trying to justify white supremacy. It involves a deliberate and serious exercise in fabrication in the development of Eurocentric-centered myth. And that's so important to understand, brothers and sisters, myth. Okay, you might have heard me say last week, when you don't have a past, you must of necessity create myth to supplement the facts of your existence. This is what the European has done. Okay, they have supplied myth and fables to supplement the facts of their existence, and they taught those myths and fables to us as world history, and to the fact that we have forgotten who we are, and we've taken on the lie that they made up. The healing of the collective African body, mind, and spirit, The expansion of African consciousness calls for the accelerated advancement of African-centered historiographic, social, and natural sciences, and the development of incisive critical disciplines which can make decisive contributions to the establishment of a new world social order in which all humanity are free of oppression and degradation. All humanity. Okay? If our study of Black history is merely an exercise in feeling good about ourselves, then we will die feeling good. If our education is not about gaining real power, we are being miseducated and misled, and we will die educated and misled. Brothers and sisters, I don't know if you ever thought about this, but we have thousands of Black men and women with a degree in business administration, but don't own a business. Got me? Okay? What good is all of the training for if you're not going to have your own? I'm talking to somebody right now. Okay? It's time for you to have your own. Yep, talking to somebody right now. It's time for you to have your own. You've been working for everybody else for years. And what do you have to show for it? It's time for you to have your own. There is a direct connection between history and economics. Y'all, listen, we have to come to grips with this reality. Okay? If there were not a direct relationship between history and power, history and rulership, history and domination, then why is it that the European rewrote history? Why is it that the European wants to take our history away from us? Why is it that the European wants to rewrite our history and distort it? Why don't they want us to know the truth about ourselves? Maybe because if we knew the truth, it would give us a sense of power that they wouldn't be able to do anything with. Why is it that the European doesn't want to present our story at all? You see, apparently the rewriting, the distortion, and the stealing of our history must serve a vital economic, political, and social function for the European, or else he would not bother and try so hard to keep our history away from us and to distort it in our own minds to where you don't even want to know your history. People, come on, man. That's the only way we're going to be free, is to know our story. It's about empowerment and control. We need to ask these serious questions, man. Who has control of your food? Think about it. Who has control of your electricity? Who has control of your water? Who has control of your jobs? Who tells you when to come to work, when to leave, when to go to lunch, how to speak, how to write, how to do this, how to do that? And how are these things taught? And how are they conditioned within our minds? It is by reward and punishment. In other words, you do this, you get paid. You don't do this, you don't get paid. You get a raise or you get docked. So what do we have here? Again, it's about control. You see, to live in the ghetto under the power of another people is to be created by that people, to be rewarded or punished by that people. Always remember this, family. You don't have power until you have the power to define. Oftentimes hear our brothers talking about black power, black power, black power. You know, it's one thing to say it, okay? But do you have the power to define? What is power? Power is the ability to make what you want happen. That's what power is, okay? The ability to make what you want happen. If you can't do that, then you don't have power. You're just talking loud and saying nothing. Understand that? Okay? We should look at history, brothers and sisters, more accurately as psychohistory. Okay? In other words, the psychological result of undergoing certain historical experiences. What effect have that had on us? You see, as long as our own history is not intimately and inextricably entwined with everything we do, with every study we undertake, is not represented in our universes, in our buildings, and on our walls, in our houses, and on our streets. If we don't have all that representing us, then we have the consciousness of the Eurocentric things that surround us. Follow what I'm saying? Something is going to occupy your mind. Either that which they purposely surround us with, okay, or that which pertains to us, which you're going to have to specifically and intentionally look for and uncover. Understand this. When we have been made to believe that our past is separate and in some straight line with the future, then we've already been brainwashed and set up. Our past never forgets us and is never left behind. Let me say that to you again. Our past never forgets us and is never left behind. Okay? If you forgot your past, you would not be able to understand what I'm saying right now. If you forgot your past, you would not be able to walk or talk. You did not learn to walk, talk, and do the things you were doing at the moment you entered here. You learned to do them in the past. So your past is important. Okay? So you say, well, forget that then. Since that's history, leave that behind. You will see that you also have no future. All right? If you forgot your past, then that would also eliminate your future. Past, present, and future are one. And that proposition is at the center of an African-centered history and approach, brothers and sisters. And remember that. For example, okay, when I see patients and clients, the first thing I must do in diagnosing a patient, okay, is understanding the importance of their case history. What contributed in their life to where they are right now? How did they get to where they are? What are the things that happened? Sometimes I have to do what's called regressive therapy. I have to go in there and dig up some stuff, you know, to get to the bottom of where we are. Okay, it's so important. A lot of times people want to try to address their present without addressing what happened in the past. Okay, and you can't do that. Especially if what you're going through in your present is the result of what happened in your past. Okay, you got to deal with what happened in your past, okay, to heal where you are in the present. You see, European history's principal function, brothers and sisters, is to first separate us from the reality of ourselves, and then separate us from the reality of the world, and then to separate us from the reality of our history, and to separate us from the ramifications of our history. That's their agenda. And focusing on African awareness. You know, because people say, well, Brother Ray, what are you trying to do, man? You know, what's your end game? I'm trying to take back what European historiography has stolen and completely falsified,
to support the new false identities it placed on the African people. Okay, these false identities that we as a people are looking for or looking toward for our empowerment. Okay, no, brother, we can't do that. Sister, we can't do that. We got to return to our story, not the way the European or our oppressor wants us to see our story, all right, but the way it really was. You see, when you steal a people's history, you can justify ruling over them and justify dominating them. More importantly, history may be used to influence personality, culture roles, and to motivate us to commit suicide or to provoke us to commit menticide, and maybe used to create or rationalize fratricide, genocide, and self-destruction. So that's why an accurate history is so important, brothers and sisters, because if we have the wrong history, we will become a dysfunctional people as we have. We are guilty of social amnesia. Yeah. You see, family, if you don't know your history, or we've made our history unconscious and therefore place it out of our awareness, that unconscious history becomes a source of unconscious motivation. And then why we behave the way we do becomes a puzzle. Yeah, we're confused by our own behavior. If we want to know why we behave the way we do, then we must know our history. We must know what happened to us in that history to help us understand why we are doing doing things the way we do. You see, when history is misperceived, and then we're taught to look to a white Jesus, and we're programmed to pray to that white Jesus, then walk out and see the poverty, smell, and stench, and homelessness, and people sleeping on sidewalks in our communities. The pathology of the thought process involuntarily dictates to us that this white God is not pleased with us, because the more we try to please him, the more dismay, the more destruction, the more deterioration, the more disease, etc., we see in our homes and in our community. Okay, so it automatically tells us that something about us that ain't right, or something about us that this white God is not pleased with. Because look at us, look at our condition. Then subconsciously we accept the false belief that we simply aren't good enough. And this is when we begin the endless cycle of self and other destruction. You see, brothers and sisters, I have to be honest with y'all, we have wholeheartedly accepted the Eurocentric idea of religious thought, and we are still not saved as a people. Where has it gotten us as a people? We've accepted their program, and look at where we are as a people. It's time for change, brothers and sisters. It's time for us to reverse the falsification of African consciousness. If we want to heal our community, okay, we have to reverse what's been handed to us. Because keep in mind, okay, it was handed to us the way it was handed to us to create our powerlessness. So important to understand, okay? Our oppressor never intended for us to be empowered. Never. And they still don't intend for us to be empowered. So they don't want you to know the truth. They want you to know the myth. They want you to know the lie that they fabricated. They want you to believe the lie, because as long as you believe their lie, you will never walk in your power. Did you get that? As long as you believe their lie, you will never walk in your power. Let me say that again. As long as you believe their lie, you will never walk in your power. Okay? Keep that in mind, man. Keep that in mind. Again, we have wholeheartedly accepted the Eurocentric idea of religious thought, and we're still not saved. Nope. Where has it gotten us as a people? It's time for change. Time to reverse the falsification of African consciousness. Okay? All right, I hope what I said today made sense to you. All right? Time for me to get ready to get up out of here. All right, you're invited to support us with your tax deductible contributions. If you want to make your donation by way of PayPal, okay, as you see there, there's our address. Our PayPal address is africanvillage1 @AOL.com. All right, so if you want to make your donation through PayPal, go to paypal.com and make your donation to africanvillage1 @AOL.com. If you're making a donation through Cash App, all right, you see there's my name preceded by the cash tag or the $. Cash tag Dr. Ray Hagins. No period. Just cash tag Dr. Ray Hagins. 1 G in my last name. If you want to make your donation through Zelle, it's my email address, rayhagins@gmail.com. Okay. Also want to say thank you to those who mailed in your donations. Okay. By the way, while I'm on that note, brothers and sisters, if you're going to write to me, mail in something, please include on your donation, on your check, in the memo section or somewhere, if it's on a separate piece of paper, please include your email address, okay, so that I can respond to you accordingly. All right? So when you make your donations, please include your email address so I can send you a thank you. All right? Also, brothers and sisters, you're invited to log on and listen to our 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week webcast of me teaching. Just go to WBLR.com or theafricanvillage.org. Both addresses takes you to the same site. Okay? It'll take you to our website, hit the play arrow, and you can hear me teaching 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yeah. Okay? Oh, man. Of course, brothers and sisters, you know I can't leave without talking about this organization right here, the Black Achievement Fund. Yeah. If you have not joined yet, come on and be a part of it. Come on and be a part of the Black Achievement Fund, man. Okay? Yeah, come on and be a part of it. We're doing some great things. Got some beautiful brothers and sisters. There's a part of us, you know, from all over, from everywhere. Yep. Our people doing the work. Doing the work, man. Okay? If you have, like I said, if you have not joined, it's only $9 a month to be a member. Okay? Come on. In fact, if you would be careful to listen to our president. That's our president there, Brother Archie, with his arm raised in there. All right? Every Sunday at 2 o'clock, he goes live to talk about the Black Achievement Fund and share his vision. So be sure to log on. Go to the website, okay, baf.solutions. Not .com, not .org, okay? Now, baf.solutions. That's BAF for Black Achievement Fund. baf.solutions. Okay, come on and join. You see the site there at the bottom of the page, baf.solutions. Okay, 2 o'clock. Be sure to log on and listen to Brother Archie's presentation about the Black Achievement Fund, and then come on and join. All right? Come on and join so we can empower ourselves economically. Yeah, so come on and join, man. Be a part of this great movement. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, brothers and sisters, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short today. All right. I feel fine, but I'm just finished. I finished. So it don't need me to just run in my mouth just to be running. Okay. Yeah. But of course, before we go going, I want to once again say to all of you, thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for your prayers. Those of you who've been praying for me over the last few weeks, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Um, yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing absolutely blacktastic. I'm doing blacknificent, blacktacular. Okay, I'm doing wonderful, man. Taking one day at a time. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to be doing a month from now, but today I'm doing wonderful. All right, and that's how I'm going to keep doing this, one day at a time. Yep. Okay, family, it's time for me to get out of here. But of course, we got to do that by singing The African in Me, Love the African in You. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. All right, so let's do this right now. Come on, let's sing this. Come on, everybody, let's do it. The African in me, love the African in you. When we come together, there ain't nothing we can't do. The African in me, love the African in you. When we come together, there ain't nothing we can't do. You're easy. You're easy. You're so easy. Easy to love. But again, the African in me, love the African in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. The African in me, love the African in you. When we come together, there ain't nothing we can't do. You're easy. You're so easy. You're so easy. Easy to love. Truth that's in me, love the truth that's in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. Truth that's in me, love the truth that's in you. When we come together, there ain't nothing we can't do. You're easy. You're easy. You're so easy. Easy to love. Justice. Justice in me. Love the justice in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. Justice in me. Love the justice in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. You're easy. I admire all of you. You're easy. You're so easy. You're easy to love. Righteousness. Come on, everybody. Oh, the righteousness in me. Love the righteousness in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. Righteousness in me, love the righteousness in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. You're easy. You're so easy. You are so easy. Easy to love. Let's close out with the African in me. The African in me, love the African in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. African in me, love the African in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. You're easy. You're so easy. You are so easy. You're easy to love. You're easy to love. You're easy to love. Hey, you're easy to love. That's right, brothers and sisters. And I'm excited about the fact that the Most High allowed us to have a wonderful time of fellowship today with each other, okay? And just keep in mind, okay, that we need to reverse the consciousness that we've been given, okay? We've been given a Eurocentric mindset. And as a result of it, we are Black Anglo-Saxons. Okay, let's do something about that. Thank you for being with me today. Until next week, guys, everybody out there, stay strong. Okay, I'm all of you. All right, thank you for being with me today, and I'll see you next week. All right, everybody stay strong. Ma'at Hotep.